kind of scary. It's blowing through these discs. Let's see behind the head. First try. Woo. Look at that thing, it's blowing towards me. It's making it easier. All right, let's see if we can do 3 arrows, 1 disc. How's it going? It's 2020, new year, and I'm excited to announce that I've partnered with Hoyt. And I'm super excited. I couldn't pick a better company to be partnered with. I've been shooting Hoyt since 2012. That's actually my second recurve, was the Hoyt Game Master 2. And I've been shooting that thing and I loved it. And it's gave me tons of memories. And I've done so many cool trick shots with it. So we have a new bow. I'm so excited to show you this. So today we're gonna go over my bow setup of 2020 and you know, what I'm gonna be using for trick shots. If you haven't seen me before, I do trick shots. I do trick shot videos, I do live performances of trick shots and TV shows, whatever. So we're gonna go into my setup for a trick shot bow. Now this is gonna be my main trick shot bow. So we have a pretty Hoyt soft case right here. We're gonna go into the riser. Now this is the Hoyt Satori riser. This is a 21-inch riser. Why I picked a 21-inch is the sight picture. I want a big sight picture, mostly for multiple arrows to go through there and for like curving shots. This is the storm gray color. I really like it. I really like the finish. And the first impression when I picked up this riser was a grip. It feels like it's made for me. I always loved the Hoyt grips and they nailed this one. You know, one of the main reasons I choose Hoyt is because of the adjustability. You can adjust your, you know, you can adjust your weight, you can adjust your limb alignment, your tiller, you know, you can adjust your center shot and all that stuff. That's why I picked aluminum riser. And that's why I shoot aluminum riser, because it gives you more, you know, flexibility. You know, a lot of people tune it to make, you know, your arrows fly straight. And, you know, you could definitely do that. That's why, I mean, that's what it's made for. But I could sit there and manipulate and arrow to whatever I wanted to do for a certain shot. So that is the riser. We got our limbs. And I'm super excited about this. This is the Grand Prix version of the carbon Velos, and it's their kind of their high-end limb. It's got a carbon skin bamboo limb, and these are the medium limbs. And overall, my AMO will be 64, and I made a jump from 62 to 64. Why I want a longer bow, less knock pinch with, you know, multiple arrows and stuff like that. It's a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. So I'm excited. It's skinnier than your average limb. So that is the medium limb up to 64. And I decided to go down from 45 to 40 and for my main trick shot bow. When I do live shows, I use a back curtain and it's rated for 40 pounds. And I've been kind of flirting with danger with the 45. So I'm gonna go down there just to be a little safer. And I could also turn this down, you know, a few pounds with the limb bolts here. So this is a ILF riser. So you can fit, you know, you don't have to have Hoyt limbs, but you know, I prefer the Hoyt limbs. And it's pretty slick. So you can, you know, that's one thing I was scared about with the Hoyt Game Master 2. If I broke it, it'd be really hard to find one. It's kind of hard to find a Game Master anymore. And this one, you know, you can easily find limbs for a long time. You know, Hoyt will be coming out with better limbs in the future, and you know, you could always swap them out. You just keep the same riser. There we go, made a click there. And in your bow case, you know, it comes with a stringer, owner's manual, which is nice to read through. Comes with Allen wrenches, shim plates for your rest. So we're gonna stick this over here. So we're gonna take that out. Comes with string silencers. I just pull it up real easy. Make sure it's in the center of the limb. And boom. It's easy as that. So we'll just take the stringer off. Just double check and make sure it's in the limbs. Just kind of give it a few plucks to set it. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna check the bow square. And the recommended brace height is from 7.5 to 8.5. Now, we have a 9-inch brace height. So we need to go and put it back on the stringer. And I want to turn it down a little bit. I like a little bit of the lower brace height, but we're just gonna go right in between and go 8. All right, make sure it's in the center of the limbs. All right, check the brace height one more time. Perfect, exactly what I want. All right, so pretty much now from here on is gonna be where it kind of adjusts stuff for trick shots. I wouldn't recommend doing any of this unless you're trying to do trick shots like me. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this perfectly good serving off and put on a new one, because I need to serve up the string and have the string serving a little thicker, because I want the nocks to be able, you should be able to twist the string without moving the arrow, but I don't want any up and down movement, because I can't put my finger around 6 arrows. Like I can't, you know, keep my fingers between 6 arrows. So basically I want to have a thicker serving. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a little razor blade and be super, super careful to try to cut the serving and not the string. Come off, this is served very tight. There we go. Perfect. So basically I'm gonna skip through this boring part, but basically I gotta take all this serving out. All right, now it's time to serve. And what I do that's kind of different is I like more serving up top. I shoot split finger, so I don't really need much in the bottom, but it's just based on your preference. I mean, I believe string walkers will probably want more serving towards the bottom because they're creeping down the string. So I don't really creep down the string. So I'm just gonna go a little bit below my nock point and then come up more. So I'm gonna take, this is my tag end, start wrapping around manually before I start using the jig. And this is 25 diameter. I want it a little bit thicker, just so it can hold that nock from, you know, going up and down. So now we're gonna go under it. I always like to cut a little bit more than I need, but just in case anything happens. You don't want it too short. All right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make a loop like that. Take it, wrap it around. I like to do about 12 times probably. Gonna take the little tag end, put it over. I'm gonna back serve it now. Nice and pretty. Slowly but surely. I've done a few strings. I'm not an expert on this, but you know, it's a nice little thing to know just in case you ever get in a pinch, because I got in a pinch before and had a, you know, my serving crapped out and I had to get some new serving and there wasn't a bow shop around or nothing. So now I'm gonna take this, pull out the slack, slowly. Make sure it's nice and snug. Take my pliers, get this bottom serving. I'm just gonna wrap it around a few times, just get a good grip on it. I'm gonna cinch it down nice and tight. Good. Not pretty, but it'll work.
high-speed lighter. Make sure you get yourself a good lighter. We're gonna take it, we're gonna burn it down to the ends.
Then pinch it down. And that should hold it. Hopefully it doesn't explode on me. Now we're good. Woo woo. Perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. It's perfect. All right. Look at there, James, you did something today. And what I like to do is I get a different serving, different type of material.
Because it typically don't work well if you use the same serving as your knock tie. I'm gonna cinch it down, take out my bow square. And I'll just do knots, overhand, underhand. So I'm gonna go take it right there, under it, tight, over it, tight, back under it, and the way this works is I could twist this up and down the string to get it kind of adjusted. And then from there, I'll, once I get it twisted and adjusted, then I'll kind of glue it in and get it fixed where it just stays. Make sure it's all synced up right. What I'll do on the last one, I'll tie it twice to kind of finish it off. Make sure it's tight. Take your lighter. Go ahead and wet your finger a little bit. Boom. All right, now it's burned off. Now it's time to burn down. There we go.
Look at there, James.
You did it. You did it. Nobody believed you, but you did it.
So now we're gonna put on the shim plates.
Take this off. I want it to go with the grain.
And this is such a neat idea, is this little shelf part. So perfect. There we go, nice and snug. All right, perfect. Now it's time for the first shot. So I'm gonna go roughly tune this, come back, and I'll show you what I do rest. All right, so I got my bow shooting center shot. Now for the multiple arrows, the rest is up off the actual riser. So I have to get that flush to shoot multiple arrows where they're kind of in line. So what I'm gonna do, I got some facing tape here. We're gonna take that, we're just gonna stick it along the riser. All right, fletching glue and just kind of spread that around where where this Velcro could stick to it and stay. Just press it against there. I'm gonna take my razor blade, kind of just cut a rough little, and that's just a rough. I'll go back and kind of fine tune it. But this is just so my arrows can lay pretty similar to what it's shooting on in the bottom, that little side plate right there. So I'll go through here and kind of clean this up. If I could find something else a little prettier, that'd be awesome, but it's a good way to make a bow ugly. But I have to do it. That is my setup. The Hoyt Satori 21-inch riser with the medium Grand Prix Velos limbs. Velos is a weird name to pronounce. I'm just gonna call them bad carbon fiber limbs. And that's how you do it. So we got some discs out here and we're just gonna play around with some discs. The first time shooting this with a new bow. I can't remember the last time I did this. It's exciting, really exciting. Woo. Yeah, son. gotta get bent. You gotta get throwing discs in the wind. Hey, first shot's a hit. Yes, sir. Me and you're gonna get along just fine. The weirdest thing is, well, it's not weird. I know it's the limbs and the new. And this bow's actually faster at 40 pounds than my bow is at 45. It's wild. And I thought I'd have to lead these targets more, but I actually got to lead it less. You see that one? I let it a little less, and I end up hitting the very bottom of it. Wow, I really got to get used to that. That's wild. Yeah, I'm hitting them in the bottom of it. That's funny. Wow, that is like, it's fast. I'm like truly amazed. It's kind of scary. It's blowing through these discs. Let's see behind the head. First try. Look at that. Man. That hit it. Behind the back, but we'll try some more. With instinctive archery, you're just so used to a bow. And I tried to do this very similar to my old bow, and it's like I haven't missed a step, kind of. I just gotta get my lead down a little bit better, and we're just gonna make it out just fine. 40 pounds, it feels easier. The draw is much smoother. And it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's quieter too. It's weird. But it's so, like, it feels so good to draw it back behind the head and even behind the back. Just that 5 pound difference just helps a lot. And I think it's gonna be better for the long run. Let's see if we can hit it behind the back. Not with that throw. That wind's pushing towards us and kind of blowing it to me. Look at there. Perfect. What else could we do? Let's do a little 360. Woo. Look at that thing. It's blowing towards me. It's making it easier. Alright, let's see if we can do 3 arrows, 1 disc. That's how you do it. And I think that's going to end it for today. Alright, first impressions with the bow. Absolutely love it. Very smooth. Very fast. For 40 pounds, very fast. I think the limbs definitely help. Overall look, it is super sexy. Super, super sexy. I haven't felt any hand shock. The grip, I feel like it's just made for me. And it's just super, super slick. A little bit heavier than my bow, which I like heavy. And I haven't seen a difference or anything to my shooting, except that this bow's a little bit faster and I have to lead it a little bit more, and I just gotta get used to that. I spent almost 8 years shooting the same bow, so I know exactly, how to lead it, all that stuff. So it's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve dealing with the speed, but I think it's for the long run. It's gonna be better, and everything seems to be working super good. For the longest time I thought a recurve is a recurve, and this definitely changed my mind. I love the fact that it's very adjustable. I haven't even tweaked a lot of the stuff. I know I can fine tune everything, but my arrow seems to be flying as straight as it ever was. I might just tinker with the poundage just a little bit. I'll just have to play with that backdrop. If it seems like it's hitting a little too hard, I might back it down maybe to 38 pounds or something like that. But it's a beautiful bow, and I can't wait to see what I'll be doing with this in the future.